Out doing a little trolling there. All right, so most people recognize that landmark. I am out back in Algonquin Park for my annual fall pilgrimage to get some late fishing in before the season closes. So just heading up Joe Lake here. Apologize for the wind, it's a windy day today. Headed up to the Joes, hopefully through Burn Island, and then into Little Otter Slide for tonight. So the goal of this trip is to fish, camp, travel, and see some leaves turn some fall colors. So follow me along, and trip's just beginning. You can see some colors already. So I put Joe Lake and Little Joe Lake behind me. Now paddling up this little marshy creek area to find a 400-meter portage into another one of the Joe Lakes. But this is a pretty loosey looking area. But by the volume of people I've seen go through here, the odds of actually seeing one is probably going to be pretty low. But I was here 4 years ago, and this was one of my favorite parts of the paddling. It was just kind of a small, windy little marshy creek area, and it's really it's just really pretty, and it kind of puts you in that state where you want to be when you're in the backcountry in the park. You kind of lose the crowd, and you feel like you're finally getting a little bit of solace, I guess. It just feels much more backcountry-ish for sure when you're launching from Canoe Lake anyways. As you turn around. Don't see too much front canoe. Yeah, that's what we paddle through. It's just so pretty and tranquil in here. I've never seen so many people basically ever in the park, and it's late. Like, this is late September. I'm in here to do trout fishing just before it's closed. So I'm on the portage between, I believe, Baby Joe and Burn Island. It's a quick 160. I need to grab myself a little snack, and then I need to paddle on and try and get across Burn Island, and be one more portage into Little Otter Slide. I think I'm gonna have time, but depends if this guy runs out of gas. But the wind doesn't seem to be too bad, but we'll see if we can get in this big body of water. We're out on the vast expanse of Burnt Island Lake, and touch wood, water looks pretty flat. And that's going to help with paddling across this big body of water. I like that. Empty today. Nice. Getting close to halfway down Burnt Island. Beautiful rocky features. Whew. So final portage for the day. Made it to the end of Burnt Island, and I already brought my gear to the other end of this portage. It was almost 800 meters, so this is the longest one of the day. So it's always nice to end with the longest portage. But it's not too bad. It's pretty wet in the middle. So they had a ton of rain last night. But we're there. I finally feel like I'm a little bit alone and away from the crowds. And from the put-in, I can almost see a site that I'm pretty sure I'm going to take. So we'll be there soon. Whew. That was a long day after getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to drive here. And now it's going on. It's 3:30, I think. Sleep's gonna come well tonight. I'm hoping I got enough energy to go out and do a little bit of fishing. It's gonna depend on what time the sun goes down around here at. My guess is probably close to 7:30. This time of year, we'll see. Oh, watch what I'm doing here. Sure did get a lot of rain here last night. These haven't been this muddy since spring. Crazy. Running empty. All right. Little otter slide. Time to find a campsite. All right, I made my campsite here. Made my campsite here on Little Otter Slide. It's on an island. I believe there's 3 sites on here, and I don't think there's anybody else on this whole lake by the looks of it. It's not super big, and I didn't see any other canoes here. I'm pretty tired. Been going since like 5, and I didn't sleep overly well last night, but I got a lot to do here. I gotta pitch my tent. I found a nice flat spot over there. I gotta gather a bit more firewood. There's some left here, but it's kind of wet and funky. And I got to filter myself some more water. So I got a lot to do here. And I wouldn't mind a fish, but I don't know if that's going to be in the cards tonight. I am canoed out and my shoulders are killing me. Alright, so let's go take a look in the bush to see if I can find any better wood. Like I said, this stuff's kind of punky. So I'll be right back and see what I can find. Well, that was a little harder than most nights. This wood is, all the wood I've gathered is just soaked from the big rainstorm they had last night. I'm really hungry, so I really want to cook up my sausages. So we're gonna get this thing rocking. To go along with those smokies, gonna fry up some onion and some green pepper. A little bit of mustard. And some mango chutney. We didn't bring very much of that. Yeah, I can't wait. My mouth is watering. I'm starving. Oh boy, that was really good. And the view doesn't get a whole lot better than that. That was hard work today, but boy. That was a lot of paddling. I keep seeing all kinds of surface breaches. I'm going to try fishing from shore. My back's almost too sore to go back out in the canoe tonight. And it's starting to get dark. Oh, what I didn't tell you is what I'm doing here is basically the Big Trout loop. So I started at Canoe Lake there, and I paddled up, and now, like I said, I'm on Little Otter Slide. And then tomorrow we're going to get up and head into Big Trout and spend the day, maybe 2 there. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a Big Trout loop, or it might be a bit of a modification of it, but the entire loop will be done by the time I'm done. And I'm in for 6 or 7 days. I haven't decided that yet either, so I'll figure it out when we get there and see how my body's feeling. I'm really sore today, so I'm going to try and hope that's air mattress and got some ibuprofen in me, and I hope I feel better. Hope I feel a little less sore in the morning would be nice. So until then, we'll see you on morning of day 2. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody, from day number 2 here. I got about 7 o'clock and felt a few drips in the tent and thought, uh-oh, it's raining this morning. But it's not raining. It's very, very, like, pea soupy foggy. So I will be holding off for a little bit till it maybe burns off a bit here. I'm just starting my breakfast anyway, so I gotta clean up and do my business or whatnot. But this is a cool little feature of the stove that I just bought. It's got a little adapter on it, so it can run off of those green butane tanks as well too. So I like that feature because I had one of those kicking around at home that I needed to use up, so I brought it on this trip here. And yeah, good. I didn't even realize it did that, so that's pretty cool. But I did not expect all this fog, so I'm going to have my regular oatmeal coffee, and I'm kind of half packed up already, but we're gonna have to, I probably could navigate up the far bank of the Little Otter Slide and Otter Slide according to the map. It's just following the far shoreline all the way to the creek, so I could probably get away with doing that, and it'd be kind of neat to give a try actually. Alright, so I'm just here enjoying my oatmeal, and I've been hearing that moose call again this morning. I just heard a big splash across the way, and I wish that this fog would lift, because I'm pretty sure there's a moose over there right now. And even if I go to paddle over there in like an hour or so, once I'm cleaned up, if this fog's still there, I do not want to spook a moose. I want it to see me. It's pretty neat. It'd been kind of off and on, like as I went to sleep last night. I heard it, moose calls like all night long coming from the bush just across the way. Okay, so off I go, and it is still really foggy. So pan around. That's what I am going into here. So I know I don't have very far to go to get up to the Otter Slide, and the sun is coming out here. I can see it's starting to burn stuff off. So I know it's up north this way here, so we should be all right. I'm just gonna follow the far shoreline over here once I get there, which won't take long. Yeah, it's gonna burn off in no time here now, so wish me luck. I've never done this before in the fog. It's eerily pretty. This will test your navigation skills. Managed to navigate my way through a little corridor here into Otter Creek now, or I guess this is part of the creek, but this brings me into Otter Lake. And that GoPro is not doing any justice for how foggy it still is. There we go. Navigated the fog and made it to the first portage. Nice. Such a beautiful spot. I just love creeks and rivers in Algonquin. Mater. All right, so coming to the end of third portage of the day. It's at the end of a small little rapid. Once again, just another beautiful area. We're gonna go through over here where there's not so many rocks. Some really low water rock cliffs. Alright, so we're just done the 750 portage there from Otter Creek to Otter Creek. I think that's the last one. I hope so. I guess we'll find out. Then on to Big Trout. So I've made it out to Big Trout Lake, and there's not even a breeze. This is about as best as paddling conditions as you could imagine for a big lake like this. This is fantastic. So I'm heading over to the west part of the lake here. And the lake basically, I can see a bunch of sites from here. It looks abandoned, so I might have this place to myself. But I'm gonna go over to the kind of like the southwest part. There's a little island over there I got my eye on, and I might camp there. It's getting to be close to 1 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet either, so I'm hoping to get there in a half an hour so I can grab some lunch. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful paddling day. It does not get any better than this. This is absolutely fantastic. And I've never been out to Big Trout this way before, and this is just spectacular. But just like last year, it's completely different. The colors, they're not even close to coming in yet. And last year when I was here at this time, it was fully colored, like almost 100% color. And there's glimpses of it, but it's still green. There's been a lot of rain here, so. Oh. Okay, so I'm busy getting dinner ready here, and I got water boiling on here, and then I'm gonna have some sausages again, but mix it with my hash browns and then some veggies and stuff. But while I'm getting dinner ready, I'm not sure if the mic can pick that up, but there's a moose back here in the bush, and he's racking his antlers against a tree. Right? I thought it was waves lapping on the one, but there's no waves out here tonight, so it can't be. He sounds very close. It's either a moose or a bear, like pawing at a log. Anyway, I'm gonna keep an eye for him. Well, what a day. And I got this for supper, which is hash browns, green pepper, some sausage, and onion. And I'm going to devour this. Okay, so today's coming to an end, and actually that screen makes it look much brighter than what it actually is. The sun has gone down. Just sitting by the fire, and I'm going to journal here for the rest of, well, until I can't see anymore. I guess I should have these on too. So it was a good day today. They say I'm camped here on Big Trout Lake, and fish weren't biting today. Ran into some other guys, they said the fish weren't biting today either, so, and I didn't get a whole lot of chance to fish. Got a late start there with the fog, and that creek took a little bit more time than I thought. Good night, everybody, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. It's day 3. I got my coffee and oatmeal brewing. Just getting ready to pack up. Super damp again last night. Everything's full of moisture. But the sun is coming out. And once again, there's not a cloud in the sky. So looks like another beauty day. I'm leaving my site here on Big Trout Lake. Do my gear check. And we're heading north. Fog has seemed to burn off again. Wherever the... Can't believe how foggy it is every morning. But hopefully we'll get some more fishing in today. Due north. All right, so we're casting away here, Longer Lake, and I got myself a little speck. There you go, a beautiful little fish. And I got him hooked pretty good, so I think I may eat this guy. Alright, hello everybody. I'm on some windy stretch between Longer Lake and Red Pine Bay that the map doesn't make it look like it's a windy stretch, but I sure hope I'm going the right way because I've been paddling a lot longer than I thought I was going to have to. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I got to a point in this creek here where I got so choked off, there's absolutely nobody that comes up this way. So I couldn't find another way up here. I don't know what I missed. I've been to Algonquin Park countless times. Made the wrong turn a few times, but never kind of gotten... I know where I am, but I don't know where to find Red Pine Bay from Longer. Now I'm heading back towards Longer. I went a long way up this creek too. This sucks. I have to get double laid out now the wind's in my face. It's crazy. I've never had this happen, ever. I've always been able to navigate very well. A family of deer swimming across in front of me there, right there. Swim right across in front of me. There we go, just cooking up that little, cooking up that brookie we hooked into this morning. He's done. Okay, so I'm sitting here on Longer Lake. And I just show you, just got done cooking up that, oh, I can't see it very well. That brookie I caught this morning. I got twisted around going to Red Pine this morning, and I don't know where I went wrong. I really don't like staying on a lake I'm not supposed to. but my shoulder has now given out too on the way back, and it is really sore, and I don't really think I want to take another attempt at running up there. I know they leave open sites for emergencies and stuff like that. I don't like using them, but I think I'm gonna have to go back to Big Trout, and hopefully this works out. This kink works its way out, and then the day after I only have to go to White Trout anyways, so it kind of gives me a couple days where it's a little bit of rest between what I got to do here. So yeah, I'm not at my best right now, man. Like, it was a little tender and sore when I left, but that little bit I did through there, going through the wrong section, and I have no idea where I went wrong. If I tried to come back there tomorrow and this shoulder was the way it feels right now, oh, I'd be hurting, and I have a tough time getting there. So I'm gonna make my best just to stay at probably the crappiest site I could find on Big Trout. I know there's lots of sites, so I should be okay. And I know people don't always get to where they're going to, and that's just what happens sometimes. This is the first time that this has ever happened to me, but I'm going to enjoy this. Maybe that'll help my shoulder feel better, but oh man, sore. Oh, but that is good. Today I was a little bit humbled, as I didn't get to where I really wanted to go today, but that happens from time to time, and I narrowed it down to basically what it was. I didn't find the portage I was after, but it's got more to do with the fact of my disease. I think I had my treatment like the day before I came on this trip, and today's 2 or 3 days afterwards, 2 days after, and sometimes I become very fatiguey and therefore very tired, and while I was out there I was becoming very disoriented, and instead of searching out the portage, which I probably could have found if I just would have backtracked and figured, you know, I'm sure I would have found it. So I got humbled, A, by my disease today, and B, by Algonquin Park itself. It's just, sometimes you just can't, I just couldn't figure it out. Imagine if I would have had more time, I would have figured it out, of course. But today I was humbled by my disease, and just a reminder that cancer is no joke. Lesson learned out here. I am sick. I need to understand that and my limitations. My other videos may not show a whole lot of that, but yeah, this does come from time to time. So this is part of my life. This is part of it that doesn't show a whole lot on my channel, because it's not, I don't tape a whole lot of that, or it doesn't happen while I'm out here, because I kind of time them in between treatments and when I know I'm not going to be feeling well. But I wanted to get out before trout season was done. So that being said, I am at camp. I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I only have a very short distance to go tomorrow for my second camp, for the next camp, and even all the rest of the 3 nights are all kind of shorter days, and they're well traveled, and so is this route that I had today, but it just got the better of me, and that's what happens. So yeah, I don't like to do this, but there's 5 sites all around me, and none of them are taken, so I'm not taking anybody's spot. So otherwise I would have never have done this, but there's no one anywhere. Like, I even walked to the site that's on the same island, and there's nobody there, and there's 3 sites over here and there's nobody there, so I have nothing to worry about. So I'm just gonna eat and go to bed. Oh, I watch my fire here, and That's what happens when you have cancer sometime. And if you haven't read about it at all, check in the description below. My blog and my story is below, and maybe one day I'll make a YouTube video just based on what this disease all entails and why some days are like this and why other days I look and feel perfectly normal, because it's a complex type of cancer. So thanks, and maybe I'll see you before we go to bed. If not, have a good night, and I hope you get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow for some more specks over on White Trout Lake. So you can see behind me that once again, this is, well, day 4. So I slept 3 nights, and 2 of those 3 mornings, this is what I've woken up to. Absolutely zero visibility. It's about a little after 7, and this is a big lake, and I'm heading basically due south, I think, which I could take a compass bearing and go, but I still gotta have breakfast and pack up a bit, so it should burn off, but sometimes this takes a while to burn off, and this is really thick fog. It's insane. I've never had this happen this many times out here. It's remarkably beautiful, but holy man, this is thick. This is something else. This fog is crazy. But I'm starting to see blue sky. Feeling 100% better than I did yesterday, so that's a positive. After a good sleep last night. We are finally off and rolling, and then back down Big Trout Lake, and then through a set of narrows and into White Trout. Fishing as I go. See if I can pick up a laker on the way in. If not, we'll be fishing for specks this afternoon and tonight. But boy, did that take a while for that super thick fog to burn off. But now it's just gorgeous outside again. Alright, so here we are out on White Trout Lake. This is another big, beautiful Algonquin Lake. My cliffs are up there just to the left-hand side of the picture screen. I believe you can see those in a prior video that I did called Down the Tim. I am on a familiar campsite here on White Trout Lake. So passing through here, I couldn't pass up this site. I'm booked to stay on this lake, and I stayed here once before back in June, If you'd watched my Down the Tim video, this is where I stayed. This is kind of where the Big Trout loop and that loop I took down the Tim and then back up the Petawawa kind of intersects for a little bit here. So I've chosen to stay here for one night because I had decent luck fishing, basically is why I stayed here. Otherwise I was gonna not bother. So I'm gonna have some lunch here, got my wrap, and then we're gonna take off on the water once I figure out this bird's nest I did on my fishing rod, and hope for the same kind of luck that I got last time I was here. Because last time I landed a few nice brook trout here. We'll see what it's like in the fall. And I'm feeling 100% better than I did yesterday. So I'm ready to go. Tent's already set up exactly where I had it last year. Beautiful site, and it's got a clear shot of where I gotta head off to tomorrow anyways. So this is where I'm staying. So, and nice little island again. And it's it was one of my favorite spots to stay when I did the Tim video. All right, we got one. We got a brookie. It's an eater size too. Yes. Yes. Oh, I got him through the eye too, so yeah, we're gonna have to eat him for sure. Beautiful. Beautiful covered up little speck. Actually, not even little, about 1.5 pounds, maybe almost 2. Beautiful. Right on. All right, well, I found a spot for trout in this lake again. All right, got another one on. Another one. Yes. Oh, this is a good one. Got him. Oh, beauty. Look at the colors on that one. That is a nice fish. Out doing a little trolling there. Like you saw, I caught them. These are decent sized fish. So we're gonna go fillet them up and get them in the frying pan. I can't wait. This is like the worst time of day for lighting. Hope you can see that all right. I'm excited. No, they weren't colored up or nothing like that. They're just the right size for eating. Look at that. Yum. Doesn't get any better. These are all cooked. Oh. There's nothing better than freshly cooked speckled trout. Two of them. Those are two of the biggest ones I've ever caught. I might go back over after I'm done eating. Just for some fun. Now that I know where they are. This just makes the whole trip into Algonquin just worth it. Oh man. I've been coming here for like 8 years. And last year we just started getting them. And this year, finally figured it out. It's so good. Big plate of fillets. Mmm. So good. So full. So we'll call that a wrap on day number 4, and another excellent day. Not a hint of wind anywhere again, so couldn't ask for 4 perfect days to string together so far here in Algonquin Park at late September, along with catching 2 of my biggest brook trout I think I've ever caught before, and they're still sitting in my belly. So with that being said, bid you good night, and we'll see you first thing in the morning. It's a beautiful start to the morning. Zero fog today, finally. First day without any fog. Most of my gear's all set, ready to pack up. We are off. Morning number 5. Leaving Lake White Trout, which is arguably one of my favorite lakes in Algonquin Park. Beautiful sights, great fishing. Just a great quiet spot. And heading to Macintosh Lake today. No fog, quiet, calm, beautiful. All right, so I can see up in the distance on the grassy bog, there's something running along the shore. I can't tell what it is from here. My lens isn't good enough. Oh, shit. I thought it was a couple wolves running up and down the shoreline. It's just a flock of geese that look like they're running back and forth across the shoreline. How anticlimactic. Macintosh Creek. Guess we turn left. Beaver Dam on Macintosh. That was the first one. I don't know if there's any more. Wait and see. There's a couple dudes behind me. There's a beaver dam. Let's see if we can get over it. Ah, success. Yet another beaver dam. Holy man. Incredible. All right, another one. Whew. This is the portage between Grassy Bay and Macintosh Creek. It's really cool and scenic, and they got bridges. It's very scenic. This is 750, but it's one of my favorite ones I've come across. And it's uphill too, which kind of sucks. Alright, just finished up the portage into Macintosh Creek, and wouldn't you know it, a beaver dam to start the day, start the trek up this creek. Holy man, I did not expect this many beaver dams in this area. I thought how traveled it would be all knocked down. Here we go. Trying to say anything about this route. There's a lot more beaver dams heading to Macintosh Lake than I thought there was. All the videos I watched didn't show all those. I believe that's number 6. Oh, soaker. This is essentially beaver dam number 8 out this morning. And I had dry feet until I started up this creek. Oh man. Jeez. Hope there's another one. I can see the portage. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I've made camp on Macintosh Lake. That's where I'm at. I've got my tent set up, got water filtering, and I'm about to take a little walk back into this what looks to be picked over bush to see if there's any wood to be had to have a little fire tonight. I think there's only lake trout in this lake, so I might go out a little bit later and give it a go. I think it's about 2 o'clock-ish right now, so we'll give that a try then when it kind of, well, once again, it's just beautiful, fantastic weather, as you can tell behind me here. So yeah, and coming into here, the portage from Macintosh Creek into Macintosh Lake, I think I ran into more people there than I did at the spring opener for trout fishing, and today is the very last day for trout fishing. There was about 6 groups I think I ran into just in that one portage, so there is a lot of people out here taking in this weather, which, how can you blame them? This is the final chance for trout fishing. And about Macintosh, I'm not sure if it's well renowned as a lake trout fishery. That's the only fish on the map that's here. No luck so far. This lake seems shallow. The flies are biting, so I don't know how long it'll last. Alright, tonight we're boiling Just some water up. We got some Indian food and some rice. So this is what I saved from last night by catching those fish. It is very misty, foggy, much cooler, and if you can hear, the squirrel above me is super pissed that I'm still here. And I had a visit from the Pine Mart in the middle of the night last night, and I couldn't get him on video, which is unfortunate because they're a cool little creature. Well, good morning from day number 6, I believe. It is super foggy and super damp out this morning. And making my way just a little, I think that's a little southeast. Heading back towards Tom Thompson. So this morning after I pack up and head down towards a little creek into Ink Lake, then I come across the biggest obstacle of the day, which will be almost a 2,400 meter portage. And we are off. So I just left my site there on Macintosh, and I'm heading towards the creek. That will bring me to Ink Lake, and then down to Ink Lake, I believe. And then from there to that longest portage trip. But it's it's going to be gorgeous today. And I'm not sure if you can see behind me or whatever, but there's still a slight mist coming from the water. Just one of those very serene, beautiful mornings. You just love being out here. And I still haven't decided if I'm staying another night or not. It might just be a nice day to paddle on out and not have to put up with a big rain shower tonight. So we'll see. That's partway through the portage from Ink Lake to Tom Thompson. I have no idea how far I've gone or what's left to do. It's a long one. Okay everybody, I hope you liked the adventure as much as I did. I'm just about to turn off of Tom Thompson here, so I'm going to wrap up the video. If you like the content, please subscribe. It helps grow the channel. Drop me a comment and also like and ring that bell for notifications. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, today's the only day where there's wind. So here we go, back to the car and back to Canoe Lake and lots of people. Have a good one.